caught in the idea of soul. I've never got caught in that. It's a term for a expression of consciousness, if you like, a field of consciousness that actually, quote, incarnates and has the experience. But it's still in a state of separation. It's still within the simulation. So I use a distinctly a different term to soul when I'm talking about the true self, and that I call it spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Native Americans talk about the great spirit. And for me, spirit is that level of us that is outside the simulation, that is in fantastic expanded awareness of its true nature. And soul is a still in separation vehicle for entrapment. And so, the manipulators are quite happy for you to talk about soul, because the soul is still in the simulation. But spirit, the true I, that's when they get jumpy, because that's not an expression of the simulation. And I think the expressions of spirit have come into this reality specifically to call out what it really is and help people to escape its clutches, because all the clutches are perceptual. Control perception, you control behavior. Control perception, you control frequency. And so you come in, and I said many, many years ago, I said, this cult knows more about me than I do. And I don't think that's true now, but it certainly was, because I was like, what's going on? And so when I started to very publicly awaken, I was obviously hit with years and years of historic levels of ridicule. When then that didn't work, because kept going, they turned to demonization and abuse. And now, which is the best part in a way, it's certainly a compliment, the mainstream of the system completely ignores me. It won't even mention me, hardly at all, because it doesn't want to give me any kind of platform, even by abusing me. And, I said on an interview in 2020, the London Real interview, I think, one of them, that these people are terrified of me. And I knew they were. I knew they were then. And the reason is they're terrified of anyone who is being in any way successful in awakening the slaves, serving currently the interests of this cult and its masters, waking them up from that coma, which keeps them in servitude. This is why, although there's some really, really bad things that have happened, they're really bad things, my God, since the COVID played, it's been a massive wake-up call for so many people. And, my problem now, as it has been for so many years over the period of generating any interest in what I've got to say, it's now coping with the interest. So there's many, many good things happening. And I do feel a change. All right, yes, this cult is increasingly the cornered rat, I think. Because there's other levels of reality that are pushing out against them, and not just people in physical bodies. And they're pushing on because they know, what else can they do but push on? They know nothing else. But I do think the tide is turning. Because certainly the energetic tide is turning against them. And I've never been more optimistic challenges by the bucket load that are coming, never be more optimistic that this is going to be successful. We are going to bring this nonsense down by removing that which holds it together, which is human ignorance, manipulated, systematic human ignorance of self and the world that we live in, and who controls the world we live in. Those ignorances, if you like, are what holds the whole thing together. And when they're removed, it must fall. It must fall apart. I would rather be me than Klaus Schwab, put it that way.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.